Oh, and welcome back to the workshop once again. It's a bit cool, but not too bad at the moment, so that's a good thing. This project is a repair, modification, improvement, and stroke Christmas present also all rolled into one. I have this big chunk of sapele, which I have. Let me try and get without dropping it all. There you go. This big lump wouldn't go through my bandsaw, so unfortunately I had to handsaw it. That was fun. Took me quite a few goes to do it, but we got there eventually. Now I will show you what the project is, so bear with me. I think it's probably better to go handheld, so I'll try and keep it as steady as possible. Now this is a bird table that I made for my parents, probably about 10 years ago now, and it's not had a great deal of love or anything. It's stood in and out in all weathers. It's only ever had one coat of Rustin's exterior paint, but to be fair, it's stood up very well. But I've been tasked by my mum to do something with it. It, as you can see, it's all falling apart. Bits of plywood, bits of OSB, and yeah, it needs some TLC. So that's the project. This piece is going to be, I'm going to cut this round, so it's obviously going to be smaller than this and smaller than the original, but I don't think that's really going to matter. That is going to be the base, and this chunk is going to be obviously the top, but I want to do a dome to it. It's not going to be much of a dome because unfortunately it's not very thick, but that's the plan. As you well know, most plans don't work out, but we'll give it a go. So let's try and get things sorted and I'm having a job to remember how I built it. There you go. Just a quick comment. I have actually cut these both the same size, although I think the base will eventually be a smaller diameter. But I have actually cut these well outside the line, so they're not perfectly round, but I'm not too worried by that. But just gives me as big a diameter as possible. Right, what I've done off camera is just put a 5mm deep, which will fit my shark jaws, and then for the thinner one, and do it that way, because I think what I'm going to do is I will open that up eventually because of the way I'm going to fit it to the stand again. Right, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just tidy this face up, this inside face, just to make sure where everything is, so that when I come to finish this side I've got a very good idea. what material I've actually got left on. I think I'd like to make that a little bit deeper, that step. It possibly will hold, but I've never done anything this big anyway, so I think I'm going to chicken out a little bit and take that a bit deeper. It's got a nice curve which hopefully should be a nice run off for any rain. I've got that, and I can then change that at a later date, hopefully. Right, time for sanding. I won't bore you. See you in a bit. Okay, I have just sanded this up to 180 grit. It is a garden project, so it doesn't need to be too smooth. Can't see the point. I'm not going to put any finish on it yet. I'll get it turned round, and we can try and hollow out some of the middle. Looks a nice plate, or a nice little bowl, maybe, shallow bowl. Almost ashamed to put it out in the garden. Be back in a minute. I just want to sort of put a very shallow curve in this, just to try and keep the weight of this up. Right, as you can see, I've mounted this off camera onto the worm screw. I'm gonna have to do the outside first so that I can get the ledge, because I want to undercut all this just a little bit, and I think what I'm going to try and do is actually do it out, dome it out so that it's higher here than it is here, and I might, I haven't decided yet, even put some holes in around here just to let moisture drain out. So that's the thought. But I thought I'd also just show you, that's the lid or top. So I'm quite pleased with it. It's only sanded to 180, but I think when it comes to the final point of it all, I will put some Rustin's exterior varnish on it, which, if you see it, as you can saw from the original bird feeder, that's all that was ever painted with, and that's had one coat in all its lifetime, so I have no worries about using that stuff. So anyway, next step is to just try and hollow out some of this, just to put a lip border, sort of, put a border something like that diameter. Top is 278 by my measurements across, and I would like to make this just a little bit smaller, just to give it a bit of protection from the rain. So I'm going to have to cut back to this. Well, that's good. I've got something to come off it. I think I'm inclined to leave that there. I'll try and put a little recess in the back there, and right, so we've got our base, column. I have to stand back quite a bit, so bear with me. And there we go. Try and put that down. This I've been thinking is that I'm going to deepen this, which is then a better glue point for the column, and then I can turn it back round again and hold on to this and either smooth this off completely or put a finial, but I'm not sure I like the idea of that. So tray, well, I decided to leave that on the back. Actually, I'm quite happy with that. That wasn't a problem. And there's our deepened counterbore, and that's all rounded up. And then our groovy column, and our join for underneath, which will, I think I showed you actually, which gets in there and then will eventually be screwed to the main bird table column. But for now, everything needs protection. So what I've chosen to do, I'm going to use this, the clear on the Sapele, and the satin light oak will go on the rest of the bird table stand and everything, because that's what it was originally painted with, but I've got to sand everything down on that first. But yeah, I think we're in a good place now, just for a bit of painting. There we go, one refinished stand, and as you can see, I have put pocket holes in that side. I put two that side and just one obviously through the middle there. So what I'm going to do is, what I've decided is, because with pocket screws, well, with pocket screws you need to have some pressure on the top as the screw bites. So because it's going to be very difficult with something this long to put a clamp on it, what I'm going to try is put some super glue, which is quite a brittle stuff. So put some super glue on there, stick it to there in the right position, and then hopefully I can drive the screws in. I'll get set up and we'll give this a go, and you can see whether it's a success or a total failure, but bear with me. Here goes everything and nothing. By the way, I will say I am using the fine threaded version, not the coarse pitch. Well, that's not going anywhere. That worked. That was a surprise. So, right, what I will be doing is gluing the base onto there when I can find it, and amongst all the junk and everything. That's everything finished. That's two coats of the Rustin's clear varnish, and then just quick light rub to knock any lumpy bits or whatever off, and the same with this one. Actually, looking at it there, it looks like a giant half a milk chocolate button. But that's the beech centre column. I actually put some tape round here just so that I didn't put any varnish on it, so that the glue will stick nicely. So right, let's see if we can glue this all together in one go. Right, so I'm using this, this is the Everbuild 502. Let's see whether it should, I mean, it's exterior and interior grade, so whether we can get some glue out. There we go. And because we're doing this upside down, note to self, make sure that you glue it the right way around. There we go. A bit too high. There we go. There we go. All glued up. I actually managed to find a big enough clamp. Right, again, I'm just going to let that dry. It looks a little bit odd, let me just see if I can show you. Right, so we're handheld, so excuse the handshake. Yeah, unfortunately I can't come back far enough to, I haven't got room in here for that, but I think it should do. It certainly looks the part. Whether I've got my dimensions small enough, let's say, on the base, that it keeps the food where it should be, I don't know, but I just hope it does. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, hopefully you've stuck with this one, and hopefully it's not been too long either. But if you think I've earned a like or even a subscription, that would be most appreciated. So take care, and I will see you on the next one.